Korea says it will accelerate the launch of its military drone unit in response to actions by North Korea. On Monday, Pyongyang flew 5 drones into South Korean airspace. One of them even flew over the capital of Seoul. Paula Hancock has more.
Just one day after North Korea sent drones over the border into South Korean airspace, South Korea's President Yoon Suk-yeol says that they are speeding up the launch of a drone unit. Now, the president said that this was already in the works. They had been planning this, but what had happened on Monday had shown that the military was not ready for this kind of threat. So the South Korean military started tracking a drone at 10:25 in the morning on Monday. Now, according to the military, they say these drones were less than 2 meters long and they tracked them for some 5 hours. So we're being told that 5 came across the border. 1 approached the capital, Seoul, and then 4 of the others were flying around Gangwon Island, which is just off the west coast of the peninsula. Now, South Korea's reaction was that they scrambled fighter jets and attack helicopters. In fact, one of those fighter jets did crash, but the Defence Ministry say there was no injury to the crew itself. And also what they did from the South Korean side is that they sent reconnaissance assets, aircraft, into North Korea as well. Some just along the inter-Korean border, but some went into North Korean airspace and filmed and photographed military installations. So a tit-for-tat response to what North Korea had done as well. The spokesperson saying it's a clear provocation and an invasion of our airspace by North Korea. Now, it is unusual for this to happen, but it's not unprecedented. The last time that a drone was detected by the South Koreans was back in 2017, and that is when they discovered a crashed North Korean drone. And at that time, the military said that they believed it had been photographing a US-built missile defense system in the country. Also, a similar situation back in 2014 when they also discovered a crashed drone from North Korea. Now, this has been a concern from the South Korean side, but it is also coming at a time, a historic time, when North Korea has been continually firing missiles and launching missiles throughout 2022. Never in its history have we seen what we have seen this year. And it also comes at a time when relations between the two Koreas are particularly bad. Paula Hancock, CNN Seoul.